peoples. Mike Kaylee7 here. I'm riding home from work. So I have a topic. First, a controversial thing I'd like to discuss is this alleged prisoner of war released back to the United States by the Taliban in exchange for Taliban prisoners. Okay, my first complaint about this whole thing is why are we negotiating with terrorists? I don't understand that at all. I thought we didn't negotiate with terrorists. So that seems rather ominous. That's the first thing. Second thing, this guy walked off his post, and from what I hear, he said he was ashamed to be an American and maybe even rendered aid to the enemy. So this guy should be prosecuted, or at least investigated pretty severely, because from what I hear, 3 people died in the search for this guy. 3 Americans were killed searching for this guy, so that's pretty damned horrible. Now, the other complaint I have about this is the way Fox News has been treating the dad. They say, well, this dad, you know, he said he was growing the beard in honor of his son until the son was released. And then they released the son. So why is this guy still with the beard? Why doesn't he shave it? Doesn't he know what a razor looks like? And then they said, this guy looks like a Muslim. This guy said, praise Allah. This guy's a Muslim. Oh my God, he's a Muslim. Well, you know, it makes you look like a racist asshole when you say stuff like that. You hate the fact that he's got a beard, right? And he looks disgusting, he looks terrible, he looks like the Taliban, he looks like the enemy because he has a beard. And then the next segment on your show is, now let's go to the Duck Dynasty people. I love them, the Duck Dynasty people, I love them. And they have beards that are just as scraggly as this dad guy. So why is it one group of beards is fine and the other group of beards isn't? Why? I'll tell you why. Because you're anti-Muslim. You're anti-Islamic. And this is something that, how can I say this? It makes you look like a bunch of racist jerks. And anti-Islamist jerks and xenophobic jerks. And then you get these crazy old people who watch this. And then they go to a town hall meeting. And then they talk to John McCain on the microphone and say, I don't like Obama because he's a Muslim. That kind of crazy crap is what you reap when you put that stuff on TV. You fearmonger and you hate monger on the TV. Don't be surprised when you get fearful, hateful people as a result. Republicans already have an image problem with the racism thing and the perception that the party is just for old white guys, old angry white guys. They're not doing themselves any favors by continuing to do what angry old white guys seem to want to do. Just be racist pricks. Who cares the guy's got a beard? Who cares? It's a free country. Have a beard. Who cares if this guy's a Muslim? It's a free country. Be a Muslim. Who cares? Islam does not mean terrorism. Just because some guys twist the religion to make it into a motivation to kill people doesn't mean it's terrorism. You say, well, there's a lot of terrible things in the Quran that say beat women and kill your enemy. I think you can probably find parallel scriptures in the Bible that have similar questionable things like stoning women, that kind of stuff. So I think your argument goes out the window with that one. And, you know, Islam is a violent religion. Well, you know, Christianity ain't the cleanest religion either. Crusade much? Inquisition much? You know what I mean? Blood on their hands too. So that goes out the window. If you are a Muslim, 99% of the time I would say, you're a regular, normal person, and you go to the mosque and you pray, you do your 5 times a day thing, and you're a perfectly normal human being. If you're a Christian, you go to your church and you pray and you go to the confession if you're Catholic and whatever, and you're perfectly normal. But because of 9/11 and because of terrorism, Islamic terrorism specifically, the perception is that all Muslims are terrorists, and that's just ridiculous. And Fox News is equating Islam with evil by saying, "What is it? He looks like the Taliban. He looks like a Muslim." Like it's bad to be a Muslim. And I got a problem with that. Now, I'm not a Muslim. I don't want to be a Muslim. I am most closely associated with Christianity. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. I was baptized a Catholic. So I identify with Christians, but I'm not anti-Muslim any more than I'm anti-Buddhist or anti-Hindu. There are Hindu terrorists that blow stuff up, not here. There are Christian terrorists, especially if you look at the history of the war of in the Northern Irish area there, you know, Belfast and Northern Ireland, the Catholics versus the Protestants. I said, well, that's political. Well, you know, Catholic means Catholic and Protestant means Protestant, and there's a whole lot going on with that. Myself, I'm on the side of a free Ireland from north to south, but that's just me. United Ireland, but that's just me. My main point, though, is don't be equating Islam with evil and racism, or not racism, and terrorism, and then expect not to get racist stuff happening. Like some dude shooting a guy with a turban and a beard simply because he looks like the stereotype of a Muslim, even though the guy wasn't even Muslim. That was after 9/11 that happened. A guy who was a Sikh in Texas was shot and killed simply because he had on a turban and he had the mustache and the big beard and all that, and he was a Sikh. He wasn't even a Muslim. That just gets me so riled up. You have a beard, you're a Muslim. Wait a minute, you had a problem with the Duck Dynasty, assholes. It's like we have two Americas. One of them is acting really screwed up lately. They're both acting screwed up. What am I kidding? I went to an anti-war rally in 2004 with my students at the University of Hawaii. And I walked them around and I said, take a look around and tell me what you notice. When I got back from the protest rally, my students said, we noticed that at this anti-war protest, there was a table for communism, and then there was a table for lesbians, and a table in favor of legalizing marijuana. What does that got to do with the war in Iraq? I said, exactly, and that's why the Democrats are going to lose, because the fringe element has taken control of the party. And then they lost. Wake up, Republicans. The same thing's happening to you. I'm out.